So now we've got your website all up. The next question is, how do I know who is on my website and how much traffic my website's getting? So we do have one way in our Jetpack app. It does just give us a small overview of things like visitors, how many people were on it, but it's very basic. Like I can see, yes, today the website is at 5 views. So that's fine, but I want to go a little bit more in depth with this. So what we're gonna do, when you go back to your dashboard, you will notice, in fact it's everywhere, there's a notification here saying please configure your Google Analytics settings. So if we click on that, then what we have here, it takes you to Monster Insights, which links with Google Analytics. So what we're going to do is we're going to set you up an analytics account. Sounds complicated, but it's really easy. So what I want you to do is go to analytics.google.com and you will be taken to a website. If you already have an account, you might be taken to something like this. If you don't, then just sign up and then it will we'll go through the steps that we need to do. So this is if you have an account. We want to add a new website. So we go to the little settings button down here and it takes you here and create a new account for it. So I'm not going to add this to an existing website. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a separate account. So if you create a new account, this is what you'll be met with. So we're just going to fill it out like normal. So the account name I'm just going to have as a WordPress build. My website name is my main WordPress build, because what you can do is if I have an account for WordPress build, if I have 4 websites under this, I can add them all. So this will be my main one. My website address. What am I doing? There we go. I'm going to say I'm in the arts. I'm going to keep all these ticks. And like I already have 3 accounts. The maximum is 100, so you'll be doing good if you fill all that. So terms and conditions, feel free to read all this, of course. Yep, and I accept, and then it's going to create a new one for me here. So here we go. It's created a Google site tracking. So we can add this to the head of our website if we want to track it there. Or what we can do is we've got a tracking ID here as well. So if we put that into our plugin, that's going to track it as well. So if I go back to the website and I authenticate with my Google account, it's going to give me this and pretty much pull the information from Google. So I can click here to get my Google code. It's going to pull this up and get me to sign into analytics. So here we go. I'm just going to allow all this. And here is my code. Paste it in. And then I can select my profile. So this is my brand new one here that I've just made. So I'm going to add this one. And we are done. So that's linked to all here. So this one, Google Analytics does take a few days to kind of kick in. So I won't see any results today. I won't see any till at least 24 hours after. You can view your real-time results from live, but say you had 30 visitors an hour ago, you won't be able to see them until the day after. So if I go home here, you'll see here is what we have. So you can see active users right now. You can see just how your users pan out, like what days of the week they're most active on, what times of day they are here, where they are by country, your most popular countries, the type of devices. And so it will give you like mobile, desktop, tablet. You can go way more in depth on that and see exactly what browsers people are using, what models of phone people are using to view it, what pages they view the most. If you go to acquisition, that's really good for seeing where your traffic's coming from. So you'll be able here to see how many views you've had, how many of them come from direct views to your website. So that's typing in your web address and going right there. How many come from Facebook, from social media even. And if you click on that, it will tell you how many come from Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, Instagram. It breaks it all down for you. how many come from search results on Google, and how many come from referral. So referrals more, if I was to build your website and leave my link in the footer that just says, oh, built by Gillian Sarah, whoever clicks on that and goes through to my website, that's a referral. So I can see what website they came from on there too. The behavior tab is really good to see how people act on your website. So you'll be able to see page views, the amount of time people are on your page for, what pages they go to the most. So my most common pages are my home page has the most, my services, and then you can see like exactly just how many views each page has had, so you can see what your most popular pages are. Your audience is really good for just giving you an overview of who is viewing from where. If they, depending on how they're viewing, it will be able to tell you their rough age, their gender, where they live. It can also tell you some similar interests and stuff depending on how much data they're letting Google access, which is really good. So I love Google Analytics. It's a very in-depth way of viewing absolutely everything that goes through your website and keeping track of it. So now we've set this up, if we go to the dashboard of it, again, it won't show anything right now, but it will over time tell you top pages, top traffic sources, top countries, things like that, and just give you an overview on all your sessions that are coming through. So that's really handy on just tracking your customers.